Mm.
Don't waste my time.
Let it rain.
Tadi belum.
Do you wanna like doing this cool thing?
It's no
Bad.
Bad.
Hmm? Oh yeah, I had this area unlocked. I had to fight the dragon, you know, something like that, but I don't know if I could do it still or not. As yet.
Hey, why the stream so delayed, boy?
For real?
Yeah, boy.
Wait there.
Um, you walking, you know, jump down. You're flying.
I fight them?
Not yet. I'll tell you when. You know, start to fight.
Oh well, yeah.
Isn't me?
Hmm?
Is condition it? I'm back.
Yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. fire. What? I can climb now? I don't think I can climb now.
I guess it's the same job then.
Not a pass around.
Not that bad.
I watched a YouTube video on Genshin and pop up. One really is it?
You chatted?
Right, no, I'm not gonna make it. Huh? Yeah, the chopper show.
Not bad.
That is looking like offensive. But no way. This is really looking unfortunate. My mother's mountain. I slide down this mountain and take no fall damage.
Dog. That mountain used to be sketch dog in the first season. How much time is to fall long and take damage dog?
You always falling, so.
Yeah, I fall on 30 dog and I lose up money. Outside was wet dog and that mud.
Oh shucks. You skate for?
Yeah. I skate backwards and then when I get my balance, I skate forward.
Sick. This is a way to alpha. Let's fall IRL too.
Give up.
Especially in game anime.
Wait, don't know.
I don't know how to break Ishi. Super. Shut off. It's telling me time to me. Boy, look, he's spawned mark. Yeah. Oh yeah, what's this place called? Which traffic is over here. What's this place called? This place real hard.
I want to.
There's only ice. Nah, but you could freeze to that and then.
What? The thing that I
So,
Don't waste my time.
Let it rain. Go, go, Baron! Want to get a little closer? That's cheating. This can hurt.
any words can't say it.
Yeah.
boy, I don't even know how to fight you. I just dip yes. No. Hack him.
Holy fuck.
What? Real thing?
Oh, there's a good reason to that.
Like under my health, you see, now kind of blue bar. That could like freeze, yeah. That how long you could stay in cool or whatever.
This can hurt. Want to get a little closer?
That much from the fire character.
Yeah.
Okay, there's somebody fire down.
Yeah. I guess another like must be flies.
Real strongly.
Yeah.
He's entangled. You like to heal it?
Huh?
You heal it yourself?
No, she make him like this shield thing. And are just ready flies if you can make these things, I guess. That's what she do.
Your life is mine.
That was hard. Is this be extra long though? Yeah. This power thing will heal you back.
See that eagle.
Yeah. What?
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
What I hate you? Them real hard to kill.
It's a panicking.
Yeah, when you're about to die, it screams like frost up on you. Oh yeah, and the campfires, and then get out here, so I have a firecracker to light the back. I don't even think I could climb that. I could try it. I might freeze trying to climb it then.
No, I think it take a good while for you, please.
I think it all like certain parts are like extra cool.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm wasting stamina. Oh, look, I could stand up here. Hey! Should be able to stand up over here.
Okay, now go.
Hey.
Now you're gonna leave first, dog.
Yeah, well. Oh, look, I chest. Oh, you're joking. I love anything. So how I could pass through here? Oh, look, the gate open. No, wait.
Shit. Finish, yes?
And can't break them thing. I'm confused now.
Listen.
Oh wait, I wonder if Us only. We are them.
Let the show begin!
That was fast.
Hola.
An average outcome for a fine dish. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
Shit, I keep forgetting how to do.
This must be electrohypostasis powder! The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right?
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep! Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then? So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Oh, your stamina bar real big, boy.
Huh?
Your stamina bar real big.
Oh my god, what's that?
Watch what?
Dog?
What the flag?
Fighter though.
Yeah?
But
You go freeze it?
no, it have a fire over it.
Okay. Big guys, you go fight fire with fire.
While performance is not actual explosive cores on a hair and speedy can take advantage of the more better of its cores defeating it should be much easier.
I'll protect us. I'll protect us. I'll race you there.
Oh god, stop.
Let the show begin.
No,
Six strong, baby.
I didn't.
Not so hard. I must keep training.
A trap.
Let's dance.
Imagine you fall off the cliff.
No, I can't.
Your life is mine.
Oh my god. But I broke on. Watch her stick up now. He forced me under the map. Oh no. I'm dead. I need health regen because I was away from the fight.
You should not fight this dog.
Nah, I can beat it.
No, I don't. What the hell?
You're joking. He stuck up and it despawn him and spawn him back.
Pick up my arrow.
Huh?
Oh no, never mind.
No way.
Nothing killing you.
Yeah.
I'll race you there.
Nah, like how I truly think so you focus your attention to that.
You like to get stuck up in that field?
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows it and hit me with that spinning thing. Take a head off. He better not despawn us. So.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Shocking good.
Okay. Come on. Yeah.
Let's dance.
Hard.
Where you going? You know where you going so far? Oh god, another spinning thing.
Right.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Hey, why she on? What's she doing with her? No.
Let's dance.
Come on, just spinning thing again. Nah, that could never hit me. I don't understand how to climb on the mountain.
Don't waste my time.
I'll protect us.
I know.
Let's dance.
Oh, look, you can light it. Oh, serious. Right hand peak.
You got shit from there. Are we climbing?
Hey, that hit me hard. क्या गो पे good luck with that. Oh shit.
That's so weak, and you still using me.
I know.
You have anything better?
I like to shoot them like at her range.
Like Zeke.
Yeah, but I could aim with she and
Let
aim.
the show begin!
Like,
No, when she level up more, she real bad.
I remember watching back, we played this game, and she was watching her tailors, and I was the last one, that last.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's like.
To the back alley.
Guys, it by armor.
Finally.
That take real long.
If you had a stronger character, finish one time.
Back to the quest now. I think about that too.
You get everything in that chest.
Hey, hey. When you're in the fire and then 2 years we taking damage. Yeah. See, our mothers coming in these situations when you're about to dead.
You get an expire lady, mate.
Really? Who's this?
You want us to jump? From up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis. Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research. Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
You're freezing, dog.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tevat do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Tevat do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended. Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like sketches?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
What's up there on the mountain?
Clouds?
What? What's up, pass after this?
Place cool dog.
Place really cool too.
What? You can dive?
Nah, it's just poke with the glider.
That's it.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like. It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Wait by close. Oh.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Isin.
Agora, uma place tão cool. The legendary man himself, Ruga.
I know I see an next one.
E now it's got the cool. Oh.
Đây. Wow, this music's hanging bad.
Damn, Mikey, yeah, fucking PS5. What the fuck?
Who's that?
Mikey! Why
Hello?
that phone? Michael.
Ah,
Daí,
well.
mas...
It's like a disable game chat volume.
Yeah.
But not VJ talk fast, I can't.
Hello?
Daar.
Hi.
I see like you're going.
Ouch.
Nah, sing horn to the white going back up.
That's cheating.
That's good.
Go, Barret Bunny. Windblade.
Agora vamos total. Diamond só upgrade. Porque eu falar tá bom gostaço. Unlock weapon at level 55. Come on. Hey, 3 more times that I got double XP. Oh, it's okay.
With now look smooth steps on them. You see smooth footprints.
You're Joe, innit?
And then get covered by the snow too. Whoa. I can't climb up there.
Thank you.
So easy that.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave them out?
Ja.
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating in all kinds of strange experiments? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo!
Oh.
Nothing.
I like that. Watching some Genshin. Like I had said that echo, you know.
Huh?
You have to get a headset that do not echo.
Crazy. What's that?
The knee. I get cut.
You're back. Good timing.
Yeah?
I've just about reached the
What's
conclusion.
Later?
You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back?
Tell him or don't tell him about what the girls. Don't tell him.
What are you guilty? I went
Not,
to
nah, man.
Time for the results.
I'm the first.
We got a myriad of data today. And it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone but after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
the transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition, is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself? It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought with with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever. And it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Huh? Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again? Well, glad I can count on you. I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Huh? Look at that. Looks like someone made camp here. Are other people adventuring nearby? Let's see how our fellow explorers are doing.
I died this place here. Real hard to fight them, man. Though. There's 3 many other fight. And I spent like half an hour just to fight them. That was hard though. It was the same thing like the big boss, but except there's 3 of them. Huh? Yeah, they beat them, but.
I guess I'm menace.
I don't know.
You scared me. Please, don't scare me like that. I was giving my research report some much-needed consideration. But you're just standing over there, staring into space. Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal. Oh, are you interested? Wonderful. Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me.
Yeah. Weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here?
Timaeus and I were helping Albedo organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him?
Sure didn't.
He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albedo when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albedo is able to grasp almost immediately. But we, on the other hand, take considerable time. I fear that this must be the difference in our knowledge and experience showing. Tomei seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well, guess my search for secrets will have to wait.
Secrets? Ooh, what secrets?
Actually, do you two have time right now?
Don't have anything on us but that.
Then, could I ask you for a favor? In truth, I feel like Albedo is concealing something from myself and Timaeus.
But isn't he your teacher? What would a teacher have to hide from his student?
That's true, but I feel like he's always hiding something. It is my personal guess that it is some great secret of alchemy.
Wait, how are you so sure?
Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us.
You do have a point.
Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding? Please. I'm just too curious.
What do you think?
Yes! Thank you, thank you.
All right. Let's take a little trip, shall we? Albedo!
Why are you here? Are you lost?
No, we're not.
A secret?
Hey, what are you doing? Our mission calls for a delicate approach. Sure, but still.
Actually, you've arrived at just the right moment. I have business with you too, in fact. Here, catch.
Huh? What's this?
As you can see, it is a sword. I did not make the sword. However, I did add some alchemical touches to it. Would you like to try it out? My research indicates that this sword has some unique properties. Only you can use it, but I need to gather data from it quite urgently. So, could I bother you to use it in battle?
Wait a second. How can there be a sword that only one person can use?
Very astute of you. This sword has indeed had a curse laid upon it. An ordinary person would be unable to wield it at all. However, you are an exception.
Huh?
Or perhaps I should say that only you are immune to the curse. As such, who could I find to help me if not you? We gain little from saying more. Go find some monsters nearby. After all, some things are best discovered through practice.
Where is it gone? Hả? Cái gì nữa? Keys? Make something with roti.
Huh?
Make some with your roti.
Wait. You want me to do roti, please?
No.
So we want to make hot roti.
Wait.
This one they play game and I bring you roti.
Like, eat some food now, my Michael. You're mad or something, man.
No. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, make it man. Egg and sausage. Yeah.
How about those over there?
Paimon still has a bad feeling about this.
Hello? That's one.
Bet you can't keep up with me. Let's dance. Ready, steady, let it rain. Go on.
Nothing special about us.
Over here! It's with this brat! Give it back, you thief!
Treasure hoarders? There are treasure hoarders in a place this cold?
Enough talk! Hand it over!
Watch out!
That's what cheeky. Kinda change and come back.
Give up. Don't waste my time.
The hunter. Suffocate! Suffocate! That tingle? Suffocate! 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 Have a little taste!
Oh.
Go, Barbara, go! Be gone! Let it rain!
Alpha 90 version of Genshin. Yes.
Den har fått something.
Doing random stuff.
Suffocate!
Ready, steady, go!
That tingle? Suffocate!
Go, go, very good!
Have a little taste! Suffocate! That tingle? Suffocate! That tingle? That tingle? Suffocate! 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 That tingle? Picked. That tingle?
Now that's rich! Treasure hoarders calling us thieves?
They certainly arrived quickly. Goodness, no.
They seem to have been talking about this sword. What's going on?
Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I didn't steal this sword. Not long ago. The Knights caught a band of treasure hoarders outside the city. The goods they were smuggling were also impounded. This sword was one of those items. We believed it to be stolen plunder, but no one came to claim it. Nor could we find out where it came from. So it languished in our stores. I noticed it quite by chance while in our storehouse. To tell you the truth, such an old sword would see little use outside of alchemy.
You claimed it for yourself? Just like that? So, then what happened? You just took it with you?
Indeed. And I initially intended to perform some experiments on it, but I unexpectedly discovered its true origins in the process. This ancient-looking weapon once passed through the hands of a now-deceased blacksmith. It is a legendary, magical sword.
A magical sword?
It is said that the smith vanished not long after creating the weapon, with the weapon subsequently becoming lost to time. Working backwards from its eventual fate as plunder, one can guess that it was then stolen by the treasure hoarders, where it remained in obscurity till recently.
The blacksmith who made this weapon disappeared? That's kind of spooky. No wonder it's cursed.
Exactly. Do you know the story of Durin in this mountain? Durin was the black dragon who menaced Mondstadt, before finally being defeated by the combined efforts of the Valen and the Animo Archon Barbados. After a fierce battle, the vanquished Durin crashed to ruin here, falling into the thick snow. Snow gathers atop this mountain and never melts, which is a most curious phenomenon. Which leads one to wonder, was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent?
Could it really have been intent?
Perhaps this place was chosen as a gravesite precisely so that the snow's power could seal the corrosive toxin coming from Durin's body. It seems plausible that Barbados would think of such a method.
Huh. Was Barbados such a capable god?
Well, these are just my postulations. I don't have any evidence. But what's for certain is that this mountain and Durin were deeply intertwined. In fact, I believe that the very sword in your hand has Durin's remains in it.
A dragon's remains?
Indeed. The dragon's eyes, claws, and scales ground into dust before being used to coat the blade. In this way, Durin's corruption and venom entered into the sword and became the source of its power. This is very advanced craftsmanship. I presume that having successfully forged the weapon, the smith must have tried it out themselves in their joy. But using the sword in battle would have allowed the corruption to seep through the blade's handle and into their bodies. Ordinary mortals cannot withstand such power. The blacksmith must then have fled, driven mad by the curse, before meeting their end in some unknown place. You've purified the volunteers before, which is a very rare ability indeed. This ability has protected you from being corrupted or poisoned, and you can completely eliminate their effects, which is why you and only you can properly wield this sword.
Still, this sword really is huge. Yikes! It's glowing!
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the real experiment begins. This sword is still very weak at present. However, it is able to absorb energy, and through that, it is able to constantly become stronger. In some sense, you could even say that it is a living thing. Well then, traveler, adventure with it to your heart's content. I need you to help it grow. I believe that we will soon have all the proof that we need.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer in your Ad Astra.
La da 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 da.
BJ.
Hello?
DJ.
When did you join back?
Yeah, a long time. I play multiplayer. What attachment in for the Mac 10 or 11 of the Mac 10 first?
What attachments you unlock?
And I'll start.
So, you don't, I mean, use it base form.
Rebooting.
Oh my god. I swear I played hardcore and I have a level 400 and something 82 player in the other side team. I was like, what the fuck?
I was on my keyboard and mouse practicing.
Serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck wrong with these people? What? So like that bots on my team, dog.
Error.
That's not one skin though. That's not. What? The fucking Black Obama. Okay. You find a tick?
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
That's some serious recoil, though.
Yeah, well, once you get your attachments, then you're gonna. It have.
Like all the guns are recoil?
No, the Mach 10 have some recoil itself, but when you get a crack
Why my
attachments,
teammate killing me? What the fuck?
Well, that's not really a teammate.
Dari. Dari, Dari. Sim, aí você quando?
Ari.
Eu viro.
Playing a Genshin.
Oh, what do you think? What do you think? The thing I was telling you about on the other fight the dragon and thing over here.
Yeah.
Did not level first?
Yeah, level up you go. Then I can't play. Teammate killed me in a fucking 15 kill streak. Wow. This game real.
Whoa, I could actually confront them. No. Oh. Recommended party level 26. You try it still.
What level you
I don't know, but my main character max right now I'm about 25. The next girl 35. And Ningo, whatever she name. She did.
How long has it been?
I don't know what is a good team.
Mother can't
I'll try.
Did you with the odds in the store? I walk in that door and I'm on par 6 and play top on there.
Look! There are 2 shiny spots on Dvalin's back! They appear to be poisonous blood clots that have coagulated on his wounds. The Abyss Order must have cursed the wounds. That's what's corrupting Dvalin's mind. To save Dvalin, we're going to have to get rid of those blood clots. Aim for those blood clots.
Oh, you're moving up now.
Does it hit chocolate from the beginning?
Yeah. tracking? Who's not tracking?
Dvalin is getting away, but I'm familiar with his tactics. Just hold on a bit longer.
Where's your FOV?
But if you took plan 100, use it. I like
PJ?
By max FOV. Ada basta shoot them thing now. Oh, I can control. Oh.
I'll extract and condense the pure animo from the shots being fired. Shattering them will create acceleration. I can't control where they will appear, so keep your eyes peeled.
That mess? Oh, I went up another. Oh.
Where this fucker even hit me from?
Oh, it didn't make sense even if I choose the right party. I guess I can only use my main character.
In honestly, they came out final match and done fight.
This game probably saying it's too good for them.
Nobody, I don't even.
He nearly dead, he nearly dead.
I don't even play a match in gunfight with them. I wanna try. Oh, look at fight. But it take real long. I'm going to fucking face do Fitchmerce and face Phineas.
Oh. One feed.
Huh?
The green guys make you go faster.
Yeah, it now spawn. None didn't spawn far away. I don't know why.
66 on 50. When you get your score fixes be longer to get next time. All.
No, same time.
Oh.
But all of them kind of long, but it'll take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Everybody using the DMR.
He dead.
One shot in your door.
I tell you, that's what everybody's doing right now for Warzone.
Finally.
I think there's just one part of it.
The game will kind of be neutral, everybody using DMRs.
Oh, the kilo not good at all?
Yeah, good too, but DMR to itself good.
Hardcore, right?
Wait, I swear they give me Venti to use.
Wait.
In lobby?
Yeah, I didn't honestly. I don't know. Were you 50? Where's that him?
Now we can
They give me
fight
Venti.
Dvalin on equal grounds.
You prestige 2 already? What do you fuck?
But first, let me be clear. Even after hundreds of years without use, Dvalin's teeth and claws are still very dangerous.
Oh, protect us!
Imagine, I love that, yeah.
Nah, you gotta give Venti true chest. And he rare is like one of the best things in the game.
Okay, I got sniper rifle, contra.
Chance! Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
What? Your character really bad now. Where you get it? Where you get that character?
When you complete the challenge. Quick.
Open the song?
No, so was up.
I don't even know if she hit it.
Ooh.
But I completed over here too. Yeah, just yeah, unlock she first. Just 15 cool-blooded kills.
Celestinum
What?
finale
Okay, you want?
This dragon has strange taste when it comes to naming things.
83.
I named it for him just now.
Seriously?
Well, anyway,
Okay, crap,
let's ride the
change
wind
it going.
currents and stay away from the
Fuck.
breaking platforms. The energy flooding out from the fissures will be hot.
I got it.
Be sure to watch your step.
Upon double weapon XP, but only have 1 hour to go and like 2 to 3 minutes. Wait, can you use the prestige key on calling cards?
It's weird being in a locked camera angle and then fit even like that.
Average illumination in this video. Wow. Okay.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Dog. People are just saying real
Aim for the tainted blood clot on his
I
neck.
see that just now. Wait.
Say cast like can't see me.
In a
Wait,
way.
fuck this man see me. You shoot. Where you kill me for your pussy?
Hello, sorry. Is that burst I'm using too now? So when I shoot him, I shoot him more than 1 bullet, so you know.
Are you using the M16?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that dog. I see some clips in the water.
I love
Too good. Dog, that fucking Maracon dipshit cockhole in the fucking window.
What the fuck? Shut him out.
Shut your fucking mouth.
First kill, dog. Wow. But this Maracon in the window. Kill him, Maracon.
It's been a while since we flew like
Kobe.
this together. How, Dvalin?
Just now.
Must be nice to have a fucking
Why
Chris
did
up.
you not ask me to protect you like the last time?
Me not wanting you to listen to the Abyss Order
How?
doesn't mean that you have to listen to me. Freedom, if demanded of you by an Archon, is really no freedom at all.
Is this the power of the
Oh, the fuck is this dog? Why my teammate trying to kill me?
But I am no longer part of the Four Winds.
Even if that's so, you still protected us regardless.
This guy prone by the
Now
middle.
spread your wings of freedom and go with my blessing.
Just recoil, insane.
And so, the Storm Terror threat was quelled. I clarified the misunderstanding to the citizens of Mondstadt, and let them know that they are safe. To them, it seems Storm Terror attacked Mondstadt out of nowhere, and vanished just as quickly. They must be finding the whole ordeal very confusing.
However, winds change their course. Someday, they will blow towards a brighter future.
Coronavirus.
Jadi tata.
Let us up there. Okay.
You guys are back! The honorary knight returns triumphant. Yep, we're back from tussling with Dvalin. You just returned yesterday, right? Jean got back first, and she told us all about your heroic deeds.
Wait, I assume I
I
killed
wonder if I'll ever get an opportunity like that.
Nah.
That doesn't come into
I don't
it.
understand
You
how
guys deserve all the credit for how you resolved this crisis. When I brought you into the city that day, I was just doing my duty as an outrider.
You're welcome. But have you been waiting for us here this whole time?
Of course not. Just because I'm not out on the front line doesn't mean I don't have work to do. In fact, I'm dealing with the aftermath of the crisis as we speak.
Aftermath? Here? What happened in Mondstadt?
While Master Jean was away, the monsters lurking nearby made a coordinated attack on the
Oh,
city.
this guy
Fortunately, we weren't
is a
completely
motherfucker.
taken by surprise. I detected the Hilly Churls were moving closer to the city a while back.
Oh, yeah!
He is a motherfucker.
When we first met, you were clearing out one of their camps.
Exactly. And if we
Jim,
hadn't
I'll play
started
this
making
game, don't
preparations
Just
back
spawn
then,
behind
Mondstadt would be in much greater danger by now.
Yep. Because they
Me
keep
too.
just pushing
But I have
in
a
and don't
strange
want to
feeling
stop.
that we're not out of the woods yet. Hilly Churls aren't
This
usually
kid like
capable of
bro,
coordinating like
fucking
this.
number
Our
of
best guess is that the Abyss Order is behind it.
They've taken over the Hilly Churls. Good thing we saved Dvalin, or they might have taken him too.
That's right. And since I'm the Outrider, it's up to me to keep eyes on the Abyss Order from now on. I'm sorry. You should be celebrating your victory, not listening to all this somber talk. I promised to take you out for some sticky honey roast, didn't I? Before everyone got caught up in the Storm Terror crisis. There's no time like the present, right? You guys hungry?
You bet! You may have forgotten till just now, but it's been on Paimon's mind this whole time.
Awesome, let's go! It's been way too long since
So
I
why
last
would
ate
you
a
use a
sticky
pistol
honey roast
so?
myself. Wait for me, a good hunter. I'll be right there. I just have to clean up here real quick.
Yo, this guy used to spray him with them pistols on. What the fuck? Oh. You probably level up in damages.
Let the show begin!
Wow. I like. This mother country just.
Small guy, you did rage a lot.
Got something. This mother content apa ni buka?
What the fuck?
Fuck on bitch. Everybody push this one.
What timing? Not only was Jean
This one, I
alive
can
when
shoot
the
me
Hilly
though.
Trolls attacked,
I
but
gotta
Kaya
fucking
had
kill it.
disappeared too. Luckily, the knights on hand all did an admirable job, and we successfully defended the city. I guess Kaya must have had his reasons. I mean, it's not like he would have just sat the
This
whole
one, I
thing
come
out
to
at
our
the cat's
window.
tail, right?
Thanks for helping us clean up the battlefield. You really didn't have to, you know.
This work ethic of yours really puts me to shame. I know this paltry sum doesn't begin to pay you back for everything you've done for the Knights, but for what it's worth, please take it.
I salute you, Honorary Knight. The Acting Grand Master gave a public address on the Storm Terror incident. It was truly inspiring. The truth was incredible. And to think the Knights nearly approved a plan to slay the dragon. We were too quick to jump to conclusions. Still, it could take a long time for those who suffered to forgive Dvalin. And, as ever, we must let the wind lead.
We're lucky Albedo stayed in the city during the crisis. Our defenses were all the stronger for it. It was a rare privilege to see the chief alchemist of the Knights of Favonius in action. Makes me wonder whether I should try my...
Fucking 28 and 31, yes? Check me!
I have a M16 build for like Warzone, how to change it.
I didn't know how I killed that guy. I play like a bot though. Oh, what level are you changing this now? Really for?
What should I do?
E poi se vince passati parti. I think I leave it alone. I find this game is like I have a little too much things in it. You don't find so?
Here we go. This is it. Crisis, danger, the thrill of adventure. Adventurers Guild. Finally, our days of rescuing kittens and finding lost puppies are over. The age of adventure is upon us. Roll up, youngsters. Join the Adventurers Guild today. In this time of great upheaval, we must rally together, take on the dragon, and save our great city of Mondstadt. What? What? The Storm Terror threat is resolved? I missed the acting Grandmaster's speech? Storm Terror should have put up more of a fight. We didn't get to join in.
Yeah, I find this game has a little too much things in it, like attachment-wise. To the max, the M16, I didn't even have the DMR. DMR is level 49.
It's finally over.
The M16
Many trade routes have closed due to the Storm Terror incident.
Yeah.
We can cope for now.
You get the
fresh fruit and
the
vegetables.
frost chosen sniper blueprint.
But if the wine supply dries up, we're all doomed. I cannot imagine a world with. I hope they get the trade routes.
That's why, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So Storm Terror's true identity is Dvalin, one of the four winds. We never should have forgotten his past sacrifice for Mondstadt. Every cloud has a
that's not a
side.
sniper rifle. Yeah,
We're
it's sniper
fortunate
rifle,
that our
sorry.
relationship with the Dragon of the East didn't sour past the point of no return. For that,
No,
we have you to thank. And Jean for her unfailing devotion.
What sniper said?
As long as we have the Knights of Favonius, peace and freedom will prevail in Mondstadt.
Something that catches your eye.
Greetings. May I take your order?
Why so cold? I've always thought that we enjoy quite the intimate friendship. It seems your great battle sharpened not only your combat skills, but your wit as well. A knight after my own heart. To bask in the presence of Mondstadt's new big hero is quite the morale boost. And that's coming from a knight.
Sweet-talking, sugar-coated Captain Kaya.
Nonsense. I speak from the heart. Just looking for a quiet spot to collect my thoughts.
While all the other knights are working hard to clean up after the battle?
Thinking can be an arduous task, you know. Believe me, I'd much rather be taking out the trash.
So what you thinking about that?
The Abyss Order. A dragon wreaks havoc in Mondstadt, and the acting Grand Master leaves the city to combat the threat. Strategically, that's the perfect moment for the Abyss Order to make their move. If you were the Abyss Order, would you squander this golden opportunity by sending in nothing more than a few hilly churls? To get to the bottom of it, I decided to wait. So I waited, and watched for their next move. Then came the day you made all hell break loose in Storm Terror's lair. Just as the hilly churls' cries sounded from the city gates, that same day, I saw shadowy figures lurking in the city itself.
Inside the city?
Well, all the other knights were outside, fighting the enemy. As you can imagine, that left the inside of the city completely unguarded, except for me, of course. And so I approached the Abyss Order infiltrators for a bit of, let's call it fraternizing. Through various means, I managed to gather some rather interesting intel. The situation is this. The Abyss Order, they are united under a single leader.
The Abyss Order has a leader?
Yes. And it was this very leader who devised the plot to turn Dvalin into a weapon of war.
What exactly did you have to do to find this out?
Let's just say I'm blessed with certain linguistic powers. There's more. The Abyss Order has a name for this leader. They call him the Prince. Now, I'm sorry to cut this intelligence briefing short, but I do believe I spy Amber heading this way. I think she's still angry with me for my absence from the defense effort during the attack. I'd better slip away before she notices me.
One minute I see Kaya, the next he slipped away. Clear sign of a guilty conscience. Are you sure? Because that sounds like exactly what he'd say to talk himself out of trouble. But let's forget about him. I worked super hard today. Hi, Sarah. One stick. It's been getting quite busy recently. So, now the Storm Terror threat is behind us. What are your plans for the next step?
Paimon thinks it's time to leave Mondstadt and keep looking through the 7 nations until we find clues about her brother.
Huh, really? Oh, well, I guess this is goodbye for now. Hey, don't feel down. You'll always be a friend of the Knights of Avonius, and our honorary knight. Wherever you may go, and wherever the winds may blow. That's the spirit. Remember, Mondstadt will always welcome you. All right, now let's eat before it gets cold.
That was good. Note to Paimon, Amber's recommendations are worth the wait.
Of course. Well, I don't trust myself in the kitchen. You can always trust me with the menu. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Jean's waiting for you at the cathedral. It's something to do with the Holy Lyre de Himmel. You'd better head there now.
How you calling him my kid and use a fucking kid too? So how you know he's not an adult?
This is Barbara, the deaconess of the church. She is here to retrieve the Holy Lyre to Hamel.
May the Animo Archon protect you. I'm not really in a position to speak compared to our acting Grand Master, but I still want to thank you all on behalf of all of Mondstadt for your assistance. Fortunately, everything was resolved peacefully. I can't imagine how an all-out war between the military and the dragon would have ended.
Now the Fatui have no choice but to keep their mouths shut. They must be annoyed that things didn't turn out as planned for them. This time, they even lost their best excuse to pressure the Knights of Favonius. Diplomatically speaking, they gained nothing. And on the contrary, simply proved just how vexatious they can be.
Sounds like quite the story. So, did you bring the Holy Lyre with you? We cannot ask you to keep defending the lyre forever. The Seneschal has been pressing me for a while now.
We, did bring it with us. It's a little...
Oh, don't worry. I'm not here to collect rent. The church has always received special funding. The Holy Lyre! Lord Barbados! Even if I atone for these sins for the rest of my life, it would still not be enough!
Oh, give it here.
How could this Holy Lyre, but how?
Huh? Let Paimon see!
No. I don't know how you managed to fix it, but you'll never touch the lyre again!
We, really should get going. That trick I used to repair the Holy Lyre. I mean, the magic I used isn't going to hold forever, you know.
What?
Don't get hard! Hey, don't go!
Aku dia kena sport lagi.
At last, Mondstadt's rodent ruler in the flesh. Scurrying through the streets looking for leftovers? Mondstadt calls this a god?
Resident rodent beats invasive vermin.
Don't you dare speak back to me, insolent bard. Absentee Archon of Mondstadt. How impotent you've become.
That smirk you wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face?
You should have held your tongue. So, this is a gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public.
Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no taste.
Venti!
Well, we have what we came here for.
Think we should here, right?
Come, before our dear Favonian friends arrive. Leave nothing for them to find.
Honorary Knight, you're awake! I wouldn't say he's alright, exactly. I found you lying unconscious outside the cathedral and used my elemental powers to heal you. That bard awakened first, but strangely, my healing powers had almost no effect on him. This is the first time I've encountered such a patient. He just said It's completely normal. And then got up and left the cathedral.
He left? Already? Where'd he go?
The symbol of Mondstadt's hero. That's what he said. I wanted to stop him, but Jean... I mean, Master Jean said to let him leave. How strange.
Paimon remembers Venti healing under that tree before. It's probably due to the connection between Windrise and the Animal Archon. Master Jean has figured it out as well, but we can't tell Barbara.
Oh. Yeah, fucking piglet.
Man.
Fuck you, you dog.
What?
What am I fucking do this?
The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. I said the exact same thing last time. Why do I only say these things when I'm down on my luck? So you noticed. This isn't something I'm meant to discuss with ordinary people. But I suppose I can let you in on the secret. As you know, visions are external magical foci that only a small minority of people possess. They use these visions to channel elemental power. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people Allergies.
Paimon's never heard of them before.
That's because this is a secret that only Archons are privy to. We don't need primitive tools like visions. Instead, each Archon has an internal magical focus that resonates directly with Celestia itself, known as a Gnosis. It's just a glowing glass ball I carry around to avoid suspicion.
So who was that nasty woman who sent Paimon flying and stole your Gnosis?
Her name is Signora, number 8 of the Harbingers. She and the rest of the Harbingers have been given godlike executive authority by the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, and with it, strength surpassing that of other mortals.
The Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya? Isn't that...
Indeed. She is one of the 7. The Tsaritsa who reigns from her winter palace, and the one person that the Fatui Harbingers all answer to. The 7 don't always get along well, but still. I never thought that she would plot to steal another Archon's Gnosis.
Really?
How should I put this? 500 years ago, I knew her well. But I can't say the same is true now. You see, a certain catastrophe happened 500 years ago, and after that, she cut off all ties with me. But we can save discussion of the Cryo Archon and the Fatui for another day. If you seek the rest of the 7, many difficulties lie ahead of you still. You should head for Mondstadt's neighboring nation of Liyue. The Geo-Archon who reigns there, unlike me, administrates his entire region personally. He only descends once every year to give his divine predictions, which set the direction for Liyue for the rest of that year.
Even so, it sounds like he works much harder than a certain someone.
In any case, this year's Rite of Descension is soon to begin. If you miss it, you'll just have to wait another year.
What? Oh, why didn't you tell us before? Well, then bye! We're going!
One moment, Windborn Outlander. Yep. Traveler, as you set off on your journey once again, you must remember that the journey itself has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs in the cities, the Tsaritsa, her Fatui and the monsters, they are all part of your journey. The destination is not everything. So before you reach the end, keep your eyes open. Use the chance to take in the world around you. Great. So, that's that for the Animo Archon's admonishments. Back to Venti time. If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single climb. Kaya shared some new intelligence, you say? Oh, I see. So, the Abyss Order has a prince who orchestrated the plan to corrupt Dvalin? They were probably trying to turn Dvalin into a weapon of war for the Abyss. But that said, I have never heard of any such prince of the Abyss Order. I think so too. Apparently. But how does a princess come out of nowhere and take command over the entire Abyss Order? If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a...
That Fatui lady didn't hang around, did she? She just grabbed your gnosis and left?
She wanted to avoid any eyewitnesses from the Knights of Favonius. The slightest slip-up here would have destroyed the Fatui's diplomatic relations with the Knights.
So they're just gonna keep acting like Mondstadt's allies as if nothing happened?
If only the Seven Nations had banded together against the Abyss Order in the first place. The Fatui possess the strongest military among the Seven Nations, yet they've used it to steal the Holy Lyre, covet the power of gods, and use Dvalin as a bargaining chip against the Knights.
Speaking of the Lyre, didn't Diluc say something like this before? He said that the Fatui could only run amok across the Seven Nations and threaten the Knights because of the Harbingers.
Yes.
Oh.
As I said earlier, the Cryo Archon has given them authority and strength beyond that of other mortals. The Tsaritsa. I haven't seen her in 500 years. Whatever the answer is, I have a feeling it's only going to make your search for the Seven all the... If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single climb. Well then, best be off to Lily. If the dissension ritual you failed to tally, then another year you must dally.
On the way back to Mondstadt after rescuing Dvalin,